Okay, I'm set up everything, and we will start. ॐ ज्ञानतिग्रन्थस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकथां मह्यं ददति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदकमलान् श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातां सह गण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सह गणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसरि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, everyone. So, invite you to our this week's systematic study of Vedic Scriptures. In that, we are in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the last chapter. It is about the perfection of renunciation, Sannyasa Yoga. So, coming from Indian background, sometimes we may think sannyas means one who has taken up to the saffron clothes, who has left the home, who has gone to a place where there are no more people, no more disturbances, completely free from such distractions. Um, well, actually, sannyas here, from beginning of this chapter, we can understand Krishna is emphasizing that it is not inactivity, but it is engaging in activities of what Krishna wants. That one should take complete dependence, or one should be completely dependent on Krishna for everything. Uh, this is one basic or foundation of leading a renunciant as a renunciant. And of course, this also serves, because this is the last chapter, we know that Krishna is again kind of summarizing the whole Bhagavad Gita, especially those important things, as a nutshell. How to attain such perfection, yeah, based on what he has already taught, based on what he already instructed to Arjuna. Here is summarizing what are the three kinds of happiness. I think we are discussing that, which we will continue. Apart from that, after this chapter, after this particular verse, we will then start going into um, the next section, because this is the ladder of how to engage our jnana, our knowledge, in a right way, in a practical way, in the form of vijnana, so that we can understand where we are in this ladder. May I ask someone to read? I'll share my screen. Where is that? Yeah, you may read. One of you can read this verse if you are seeing it, and we can discuss the commentaries from other acharyas as well and understand what it means for us.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Am I audible? न तद् अस्ति प्रवृत्त्यां वा देवी देवेषु वा पुनः सत्त्वं प्रकृतिजैर्मुखं मुक्तं यद् एभिः सयत्रिभिर्गुणैः. Translation. There is no being existing either here or among the demigods in the higher planetary systems which is freed from these three modes born of material nature. Purport: the Lord here summarizes the total influence of the three modes of material nature all over the universe.
Yeah. So here, here it is very clear that yeah, sometimes we may think that, oh, okay, let me go to higher planets. Maybe someone have such a goal. But Lord Krishna, in one statement, he's saying there is no being existing, whether in the lower planets, in this planets, or in the higher planets, who are free from the modes born of metal nature, which means all these 14 planets. The lower, when we categorize them into three planetary systems, yeah, this is Bhur, Swar, Bhur, Bhuvar Loka, and then there is this Patar Loka, all this that come into this Bhuvar Loka, which is below Bhu Loka. And in this, there is no being who is free from this modes of material nature. Sometimes we may ask, no, uh, why Lord Indra has these qualities. After all, when he's living in the higher planetary system, he should be free from all these kind of things. Well, the influences are little lesser, but doesn't mean there is no influence at all. This Lord is clearly telling that whatever is coming within the limits of Brahmanda, Brahmanda means a universe, and there is this metal nature. This is the influence. Just like if one talks about a prison hall, irrespective to how great this prison house is facilitated. Yeah, they may have some nice magazines to read, nice food supplied, nice arrangements, as if like, oh, can prison be like a hotel? Or one may hear these days, right? Some politician is home arrested. Have anyone heard like this? Yeah, that so that the minister can't go anywhere until the things are cleared up. So one may have all these things, but it is not free. He is not free because as long as here in this world, he has to oblige to follow the orders of the government. Similarly, when we are in this material world, which is made of the metal energy, metal nature, so one is under that influence. Unless one becomes a devotee, though he is living in this world, um, he will not be having such influences. But otherwise, a non-devotee, I think Bhagavad Sapta. So 24th, yeah, when we are going through, maybe in second day, third day, we will try to understand what is the influence of this material nature, even up to the level of Lord Brahma. But here we can see Lord is clearly making a statement that there is no other Natadasti Prithvyam Va Prithvyam on the earth, Divi Deveshu. Divi in Divi in the higher planetary system where Deveshu all the Devatas Va Punah Sattvam Prakrijair Muktam. So again, when we say Sattvam is existence born of metal nature, they have this influence. Here, Yebhir Shat, Yebhir Gunai. These three gunas are always, he's not free from such kind of conditioning. So what does that mean? Is covered in the next section when we call freedom from a reaction by occupational work is possible through karma, rightly doing things properly. So this is very, very important, especially for us being grihasthas, being, yeah, we are not full-time devotees. What does that mean? Is, yeah, maybe we can start reading through this verse. Yeah, next 7 verses are going to help us to understand. Um, uh, yeah, but what about Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya? So how is this going to work? Yeah, let me quickly share the screen again. Let me know if you see it.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, can someone else read this section?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. May I
Hare
read?
Krishna. Yeah, you can.
Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Sudram Cha Param Tapa Karmani Karmani Pravibhaktani Swabhava Prabhavair Gunair.
Mm-hmm.
Translation. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras are distinguished by qualities born of their own natures in accordance with the material modes. O chastier of the enemy.
Mm-hmm. Can you read the next one, please?
Yes, Prabhuji. शमो दमस्तः शौचं क्षान्तिराजवमेव च ज्ञानं विज्ञानमास्तिव्यक्तं ब्रह्मकर्म स्वभावजम्.
Mm-hmm.
Translation. Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness, these are the natural qualities by which the Brahmanas work.
Okay. So, or maybe we will also go through the other verse. Can someone else read? Thanks, Suritesh Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Mm-hmm.
Sauryam Tejo Dhritir Daksham Yudhe Kapi Apalayanam Dhanam Iswara Bhavas Cha Kshatram Karma Swabhavajam.
Mm-hmm.
Translation. Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity and leadership are the natural qualities of work for the Kshatriyas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe you can read this one as well.
Okay. Krisigo Raksha Vinijam Vaisya Karma Swabhavajam Parikaryatmakam Karma Sudrasyapi Swabhavajam.
Mm-hmm.
Translation. Farming, cow protection and business are the natural work for the Vaishyas, and for the Shudras there are labor and service to others.
Mm-hmm. And this last one, maybe someone else.
Okay.
Sorry. Can someone else read this? Let me
Yeah,
see who's there.
I will read.
Mm-hmm.
स्वे स्वे कर्माणि अभिरतः संसिद्धिं लभते नरः स्वकर्मनिरतः सिद्धिं यथा विदन्ति तच्च शृणु. By following his qualities of work, every man can become perfect. Now please hear from me how this can be done.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So we are discussing about Swabhavam, nature, right? Um, okay, cannot minimize. Okay, fine. Yeah. So in this regard, we see basically we are talking about the freedom from reaction by occupational work, occupation. in what kind of occupation we are, and accordingly, when we are working properly in such occupation, then we have freedom. Just like when we are not misusing our free will and we are doing what we are supposed to do, there is no so much conditioning put on us. After all, there are so many people who are not doing well, and government will focus mainly on them. Uh, they'll not touch people who are following law, but they will punish people who do not follow the law. Similarly, these laws of nature, which are influenced through these three modes of nature, sattva guna, rajaguna, tamaguna. So this freedom from reaction is possible by following occupational work. And here that's where we are. Uh, we may have this question when we were in this previous part, we were talking about three kinds of happiness, three kinds of work, three kinds of all these three classifications. If all beings within the world are conditioned by the modes, how does one get out? This is the because sannyas, yeah, it's not like okay, you are finding a way out by being always in the mode of goodness. We may think now sattva guna is the best, and when we are in sattva guna, then all the things are okay. Yeah, the world is changing. The world is becoming more a place for people who are more passionate, or maybe even is not so much worried of people who are in the mode of ignorance. That's okay. But if how long can we just continue to be in the mode of goodness? There is always this influence, circle of influence from these other two energies, and one day or the other, we may just think, okay, if can someone go on it? If everyone does it, why don't we do it? What is big harm? The big harm is if I don't become like others, if I don't be very passionate to earn more, to enjoy more, then in the end I am the loser. So people who are in this mode of goodness, in sattva guna, also are affected. And then, yeah, of course, yeah, not the only example where we are talking about Indra. Or even Chandra, we can see when he had wives. Yeah, you know that Lord Chandra is how many wives he has? 27. Am I right? And in that, he always had a favorite wife. Who was that? Rohini. Um, so why there is favorism? So all these things are there which can help us to understand that one is not free from this kind of influences. Yeah, one may be in the mode of goodness, but that's not enough. There should be a way out, and that's where we are talking about all work is controlled by these modes of nature, yet one can become free from the reactions of work. So I don't know, Pratik Prabhu, we were asking, right? You were asking yesterday about, okay, if there is no goal, what is the purpose to work? And if you don't work, then what happens? No, Krishna is saying you have to work. That is your occupational duty, not something that is not you are supposed to work. You should not do that, but at least what you are supposed to do, you have to do it. And this section we can see that work, one can be free from reactions. That is the most important thing. It is not that by not doing I will not be entangled. It is not like that, because Lord is not saying don't do and then you are free. Don't go to secluded places and then you be free from all those disturbances, then you are safe. Yeah, in one way we need to protect ourselves. Yeah, when we were talking about this Sangat Yagat, Sangat Yagat means giving up bad association, giving up non-devotee association. But the Lord is saying that one should still follow vritte. Shato vritte means to follow the sadhus. Means activities are needed. One cannot avoid activities, and activities in on the basis of what Lord has already mentioned, one should follow. In fact, this swabhavam, this nature, I think we started from verse 40. Let me just quickly go there. Yes. Um, Wait 1 second. Mm, Yeah, sorry. Yeah, and when we are looking into this 41 is saying Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudranam Sha Parantapa Karmani Pravibhaktani Swabhavam Prabhavair Gunair. So this Swabhav is the important aspect here, and yeah, in fact, Sripad Ramanujacharya says, the word Swabhava means one inherent nature. Swabhava means one's inherent nature. This inherent nature arises from sanskaras or past impressions and karma or reaction from past actions and is the root cause of determining birth as a Brahmana. For example, so it's very important that one should not just take it for granted these sanskaras. The sanskaras are very important that these are, yeah, at a subconscious level being imprinted in a person when he is going through this. Um, that's why when we are doing sanskaras, there is this sankalpa, and this sankalpa is to make a note in the global registry. Of course, just like if someone is born in this world or in this country or in your city, what we do, we just go and there is this Standesamt or birth and death. I don't know what is it, office, organization, which will make a note. Uh, yeah, the sanskaras of this world are interested only if one is born and one is dead, so that they can manage population, can assess what are the needs and etc. But we are talking about the sanskaras which are imprinted within the person. Just like, of course, we are talking about a birthday is celebrated every year. In fact, sometimes some may feel, yeah, how nice it would be to celebrate every day, but it's not possible. Yeah, there is only once a year. Yeah, so sanskaras of the modern world are making one to feel more special for this world and for one own self. But the sanskaras that one is getting through these given by the Lord. There is this Garbhadhana Sanskara, then there is this Namakaran Sanskar, then there is this, yeah, I mean, I'm just telling the main things. Then there is Namakaran, then there is Annaprashan, then there is Upanayana Sanskar, then Vivaha Sanskar, even to the last Antyeshti Sanskar. These all Sanskaras are building impressions. Interesting thing I always feel was, okay, I we know the sanskaras which I mentioned are for a living person. Yeah, Antyeshti is something that, okay, how can one have an impression if after one is dead? Isn't it? Right? Suryatej Prabhu, one is leaving and then only Antyeshti is performed, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. But
So
it is
what?
only leaving the body, no, Prabhuji. So,
Yeah. So exactly. So which clearly says that we understand that this body is not everything, but the body, there's the spirit, the soul, the atma that is inside, and this atma is leaving. So when it is leaving, then there is also a process. Just like if someone is going to a different country, then he is given all bon voyage, best wishes, isn't it? Hmm? There are cards written saying, "Oh, all the best, do that, do this, yeah, okay, take care," and everything. And when a spirit is leaving the body and the world, then he is also, yeah, said, "Hey, don't be attached to this body, don't be attached to your relatives, don't be attached to this." One day, yeah, I mean, after a person dies, then the 11 days, yeah, there is this so much sanskaras that are performed, yeah, through which one is made free from this bondage. Yeah, in fact, you may know what is this called, Tilodak, and what is the other one? Um Brahmodagas. I forgot what is the other one. Yeah, one is leaving the water for the person who left. The other one is leaving the sesame seeds. Brahmodakas. Yeah. So through this, you are saying, hey, okay, yeah, we are telling to the person who is leaving. Um, if at all I would have pleased or displeased or whatever the reason could be, let's not be entangled, which means to say, hey, let's not be worried to mm, uh, still be bound. Yeah, let's get freedom from our whatever relation we have, and that's the reason one is leaving this sesame seeds and water and offering a prayer. So there are so many sanskaras through which one is getting, and then what is happening with this is he's building a sanskara swabhava. This inherent nature arises from sanskara or past impressions. Sanskara Akara means a form. Sanskara means a good form. So akar means impression form. These are formed good when we are doing the right things. Past impressions, and not just that. Not that if our swabhava is good is not enough. We should also would have done something in the past which is called karma. The result is also accordingly coming in the mode of goodness or passion or ignorance. And here it is said about Brahmana, the qualities. Mm. And of course, there is these three qualities, and in fact, these three qualities are also there even to the level of the devatas, Divi Deveshu. And the verse that's mentioned here is for the Brahmanas, Samo Damas Tapas Saucham. These are the qualities. Sama means what? Yeah, in the verse number 41. Yeah, no, no, in the 42. So yeah, I'm just. Uh, Sama means to be peaceful, peacefulness. Dama means self-control. Um, uh, Self-control is the key for most of our problems. A Brahmana is supposed to have self-control, means he should not be just carried away, because carried away is the quality of mode of passion and mode of ignorance. Sama, Dama, Tapa. Yeah, Tapa. So to have sense control in this times becomes sometimes challenging, but yeah, one should take up the voluntarily controlling. Self-control, when everything is there, it's easy. When everything is facilitated, it's easy. But we need to also take tapa. This, what is tapasya in Kali Yuga is to have a focused mind. To have a focused mind. Of course, in the previous yugas also, the rishis, munis, they used to go and they used to control the senses for years together. What about us? Come on, we have only, mm, golden 100 years. And in that 100 years, how much can we just waste in just controlling our senses? Rather, let me first enjoy. Anyway, when I can't go for enjoying the body further, then I take retirement. Retirement. Oh, sometimes someone may say, no, no, let me take early retirement. And what is the purpose of early retirement? To go to different places, to see those things and enjoy life longer. Uh, so for whatever is needed, let me earn now. Uh, and then in this process of earning, and then one is just losing to live life what we are supposed to enjoy. uh, let me not say enjoy again. Enjoy may be misunderstood for our own self. After all, enjoyment is there. When we practice bhakti, every moment is a moment of enjoyment. Why? Because we are doing the right thing. That is what we are talking about karma. That's what we are talking about occupational duty. When we render occupational duty, then we are following the Lord. We are following the path of God consciousness, and then these qualities sama, dama, tapa, saucham. Saucham is not just maintaining cleanliness externally. Saucham is cleanliness internally. Or some may say cleanliness is not just a matter of inside but outside. So one way or the other, we should maintain saucham. Saucham is when a brahmana is there, he should make. If one's life is simple, to maintain cleanliness is also simple. If life is complicated, then to maintain cleanliness becomes difficult. What does that mean? When we have so many things, that's why Prabhupada always says, what is Krishna consciousness is simplicity, simple living, high thinking. When people think properly high, yeah, then they can live simple. Yeah. But when people just carried away by hypes, high living means what? Oh, in the society to have name and fame, in the society to have all the facilities, in the society to have assurance, like security, all these things. When we are thinking so much about how to live high, then it's not going to be simple. So a brahmana, this is the qualities it is samadama tapa saucham shantir. Shanti means tolerance. Mm. This comes from Kshama and also comes Kshanti is tolerance. Arjavam is to be honest, means no duplicity. Of course, why Prabhupada has not elaborated here in the purports is because these are covered already in previous chapters. But these are the qualities that are needed. Evacha and Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikyam. Jnanam, knowledge, Vijnanam, wisdom, and Astikyam, not Nastikyam. Uh, Astikyam means to be religious. Brahmana karma svabhavajam. Brahmana's duty. Karma means duty. Uh, uh, Karma means to perform duty, and this is born of his own nature, is svabhavajam. In this regard, yeah, here we can see when we are talking about this Svabhava, Ramanujacharya's commentary, we can see these qualities are very important. In fact, Prabhupada was not so keen to establish a solid Kshatriya community or a solid Vaishya community or a solid Shudra community. He said, okay, we have nothing to do much with this because a Vaishnava community is not to be in the modes of three natures. Modes of three natures is for people um, who want to have a nice life, nice comfortable life in this world or in the higher planets. No, a Vaishnava goal is different. The Vaishnava goal is to approach, engage in the service of the Lord. And Sripad Ramanujacharya is saying Sama is control of inner sense of mind. Uh, Inner sense of mind is very important, that whatever might be tribulations, whatever it is, one is um, trying to be peaceful. And Dhamma, as said, is self-control. Self-control is possible when one is having self-control of the senses. That the senses, they are dragging us to all directions, but we drag them back to have a control of them. And tapa is austerity of the body as prescribed in Vedic scriptures, like the example given is fasting. Sometimes we think even fasting itself is so difficult, right? Oh, all the time I'm remembering what to eat, uh, something varieties to prepare something. And fasting is not just food. Pratyahara means to give up food. What kind of food? Food for our senses. It's not the food that we are just eating, made of uh, things that we can eat. No, these things also means what we are seeing through our eyes, what are we hearing through our ears, what are we smelling through our nose, what are we experiencing through our skin, touch. So all this fasting is to actually control the body from all these things. Saucham, purity, is sanctifying oneself to perform Vedic ordained duties. Saucham, as I said, it's not just a matter of maintaining cleanliness in the home, cleanliness in the heart, cleanliness in the mind. No, what is the purpose of all these things is when we have clarity, then we engage in the right prescribed duties. Yeah, say, for example, some may think this service, come on, this service is done only people who are low. What about us? I have a status, I have all these things. So, Saucham is this purity of mind, purity of heart, and but purpose is to do what? To engage oneself in the prescribed duties. That is the purpose of it. Then, Kshanti is maintaining composure from provocation of others. Shanti is something tolerance. Tolerance means sometimes someone may say, "What is the level of tolerance?" Some tolerance means, "Can I continue to do this?" This is always a debate. Yeah, should I really react or should I not react? The example of Narad Muni and in the ashram when he has a disciple who was that a snake, we know it's very very ferocious, in not in terms of eating people but venomous in terms of poisonous, can be life threatening. But you know what, then there are boys in the ashram who were just playing with the snake. They used to make a fun of to entertain themselves. They used to take the tail of the snake and roll it and throw it, and almost the snake was about to die. What is that? And then when Narad Muni came, he saw the condition of the snake. He asked what happened. He said, "Yeah, you asked me to be very humble, and that's why, yeah, to be humble, I had to pay this cost." So Narad Muni says, "Yeah, to be humble is nice, but you have to understand what you are supposed to do." Tolerance, when we talk, is that he is not like that. Yeah, you can just, as a matter of self-defense, you can also hiss. You don't have to bite. Yeah, you don't have to cause inconvenience, but at least you have to protect yourself. So these teachings, yeah, one may struggle to understand them. What is the limit? What is the limit of tapasya? Should I fast? Or some philosophy will tell, hey, bhakti will take care of everything. Why to fast? Yeah, in one way, yes, bhakti has the power. But bhakti, if one fasts means one prioritizes bhakti. That is what it means to fast. So one is not just fasting for his own, what do you call, body toning or yeah, or health. Yeah, because people also say intermittent fasting has this benefit, that benefit. So let's do that on a dietary health consciousness. No, we are talking about fasting to perform prescribed duties. Um, and similarly, to follow Shanti is to maintain composure from provocation of others. And Arjavam means um, expressing to others what one thinks without duplicity. Arjavam is very important quality. As I said, simplicity. Where there is simplicity, there is no duplicity. Sometimes people to manipulate for one's own self, they will start making plans how to win, how to win over. People are always thinking how to win, how to win, how to win. Why? Because in winning we gain, isn't it? So everyone is interested in gain. No one is interested in losing or loss. Everyone wants profit, and in this process of profit booking business, one is exploiting, uh, and in this process one is losing honesty, yeah, arjamam, honesty, and then sidetracking himself from what one should be doing, and then yes, then one goes to the lower level of living, which is in rajogun and tamogun, and then they struggle. So uh, in this way, Arjavam is very, very important. And then Jnanam, Vijnanam, these are the very important elements, because without Vijnanam, Jnanam is there, okay. We can just Google it up, we can just find in the AI, whatever new technology will come, new things will come. There's so much. Um, yeah, maybe we can call. Have someone heard like data is the oil of this time? This age, data. Yeah. What does that mean? Data is the power, just like a engine oil. Without the engine oil, engine can't function. Yeah, or benzene, the car doesn't move. So all these things are the oils that can make things work, go on. For this, it is the age of data, data age. That's why big data. Yeah, I mean, there are so many nice words that I used. Data is compared to be like an ocean. There are lakes, there are rivers. Have anyone coming from data analytics background have heard this kind of terminology? No? Yeah, maybe you can see there are some nice tools through which they analyze the data and they say how do they call these different kinds of data. If it is a huge all everything coming to one, there's this tools which are saying okay this kind of analysis, and then there is anyway the point is the data is oil, but what is the use of oil if you don't use it properly? There's so much oil available, but yeah, we see how the oil is used in the service of Lord. Yeah, just we lit a small diya, yeah, a small lamp, and this oil is properly used. How to how to put into use this oil is Vijnanam. Means how to follow a life of on the principles of Vedic studies is what is Vijnanam. Vijnanam is very important. And then Astikyam. Astikyam means that we should not think that everything is working for my purpose and everything after all the world has created. There is no God. I think in one one of the previous class I was mentioning about Jiddu Krishnamurti. Jiddu Krishnamurti. If someone is coming from Tamil Nadu, they may know him. There was a question asked, does God exist? He said, that's a question, yeah. Does God exist? Oh, rather should we understand who created God? Hmm. Did we create the God or God created us? So, if we say God created us, who is that who is telling God created us? Huh? Pratik Prabhu? Hmm? Or someone else? Sagar Prabhu? According to that, if this Jiddu Krishnamurti, he says, uh, if we are saying God created us, then who created God? Hmm? Anyone has answer to this question?
No one
One.
created God, Prabhu, but for us, the avatars which God has existence for the devotees, God has different avatars, Prabhu.
Yeah, but who created that avatars?
Uh, he, he want to,
Hmm.
for the sake of devotees,
Mm-hmm.
um, if
Yeah, all
when we
fine.
come to Prahlad Narsimhas, he said God is everywhere. Can you show the God is in the pillar? Yes, God is in the pillar. Then Hiranyakashipu, when he hit the um, pillar, then he came from like Narasimha Swami. Why he
Mm-hmm.
came as Narasimha Swami means um, because Hiranyakashipu did so many things for his devotees, for the Prahlad Maharaj, in that he came as Ugra Rupa. Why you
Mm-hmm.
are putting so many punishments to my devotees? In that Ugra Rupa, he came like in the olden days. He does not want to Sorry, I can explain in Telugu, Prabhu.
Mm-hmm. No, but I mean, got it, Mataji. The point here is that you are telling, yeah, for example, today, on 21st of December 8/21, you are telling that, yes, God exists. And so, which means tomorrow I'll be telling, okay, Navina Mataji has told on so and so time that God exists. This Narsimha Avatar existed. Maybe down the line in this way, we also heard, right? So in the end, how are we hearing about God is from some person, isn't it? Right? So in fact, who created the God? If I, for today, only this is the first time I'm hearing about Narsimha from you. So for me, this Narsimha, concept of Narsimha is created by whom? By you, right? I'm hearing from you. Otherwise, it didn't existed for me before. I never heard. So the one way of seeing this is that if at all we don't talk about God, then there is no God. This is what the concept is. The philosophy or theory from J.D. Krishnamurti say, when we are talking about God, yeah, then when we are talking about a person, who created it is we, because by we talking about a person, about we are creating it. So, in fact, who created God? We created the God. If we don't discuss, then there is no God. That is the understanding. Hmm. So, in this way, are we so great that we can be feeling very proud of, oh, we have created God. God is not creating us, but we have created him. Anil Prabhu, what do you say? Hmm? That
True,
is what
Prabhu.
atheism is saying, right? So everyone is, when you see the scientists, they say that you are calling something as God, but God is not there, right?
Yeah, they don't believe.
Hmm. And of course, it's not like only recent scientists, yeah, but if I'm telling about, great philosophers, and of course, when we talk about these concepts are kind of, oh, yes, makes sense, right? In fact, what is the proof? Navina Mataji, did you see that Narsimhadev came? Did you see that Hiranyakashipu hit a pillar? No, right? You're just
No,
relying on
Prabhu,
some.
in
Hmm?
in Bhagavatam, when we read that one,
Yeah, what is the authenticity of Bhagavatam itself? Hmm? Pratik Prabhu, Seema Mataji, what do you say? Are we taking things too much for granted?
It's a very interesting question, Prabhuji, when you ask what is the authenticity of the scriptures.
Hmm.
Sometimes this question does asked by others in our group, in our friend circle or colleagues, and
Hmm.
I just say that after reading this, the mind doesn't close, but it opens up. So that's what, for me, is the truth that these scriptures are truth.
Hmm.
But I would like to hear, Prabhuji, what do you think?
No,
What are the
I'm putting this, because there are all kinds of philosophers, and when now we are talking about Jiddu Krishnamurti as an example, but then there is also Stephen Hawkins. What is his name? Yeah, yeah. We can give there's a black hole, and there is so many things, etc., etc. Yeah, and people are interested in that because they see, okay, there is a scientific justification given to the creation and it makes sense. What is the intelligence we have? So Jnanam is there, the data is there. Where is the Vijnanam? The Vijnanam is not there. Hmm. Jnanam, Vijnanam. and honesty is not there, arjavam. When all these qualities, sama, dama, saucham, sama, dama, tapa, saucham, when these qualities are not there, hmm, then what happens? We can see in the lives, for example, of these people, or for example, whoever would have come up with a concept, what is the basis? Hmm. They are giving a speculative thought. Yeah, they are trying to realize as a seeker in that way. And people who like this, because we want an alternative for God philosophy. Uh, that's how Darwin, who's that? Mm, what is his full name? Forgot. Anyway, Darwin theory, we all
Charles
know.
Darwin.
Charles Darwin, thank you. Yeah, Charles Darwin came up with this concepts of evolution, and all these things made sense. Why? For himself, he was struggling when he was a very hardcore Christian follower. What happened in his own life that he had a problem when his son died, untimely death. Then Bible couldn't explain why that happened. In spite, he was a very religious practitioner. Then he started spinning it round, thinking, I think there is no God. So from atheism to he became to atheism. Uh, hmm. From a astitva, he became nastitva. And then because of that, he started creating a concept. And because there are people who are really looking, just now you said, na, Seema, yes, I also want to know. Huh? Of course, you might be thinking from a theistic point of view, I want to know. But a person who is on the wall, either falling that side or this side, he would just pick up, let me try the alternative. If it works, then you start supporting that. Hmm. But the truth doesn't change. That is the important thing. If some new data have come, new data research or new data, or I don't know, whatever we call, if these come and are challenging the reality, uh, the problem is that the challenging the reality is not done properly. Why? Because there is no sama, there is no peacefulness. Everyone is ready. They are ready to prove themselves. Dhamma, no self-control. If all the people who have given all these nice philosophies, uh, what are they doing? Self-control is there, and duplicity. Are they free from duplicity? At least we can clearly tell people who have come up with these new theories in the last years how much have they exercised all these qualities. And one who doesn't have these qualities, yeah, then people who follow them are also at risk, right? Hmm. And then when we see this Bhagavatam, of course, who is asking us to read Bhagavatam? Uh, this is a book for Paramahamsas. We have not attained that stage. Uh, but still, we are reading so that we hope that at least maybe not for 100% benefit, yeah, at least something little we can benefit. So the mood of reading Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam is not in the challenging spirit, not in the spirit of doubt, but it should be more in the submissive nature of understanding it and to understand that we follow this parampara. So the books are not faulty. It is the level of ourself that we are not yet there, and that's why we start doubting them. That's what is happening, unfortunately. Yeah, that's what. And of course, people can bring with some 10 reasons or 10 references and say, hey, see, these 10 references are conflicting, contradictory, and all these things. How can you say that this everything is in written and correct? There are also philosophers, Jaimini philosophy. Then there is, uh, yeah, different Gautama Tantriya. So there are so many who have written their own understandings. Yeah, if someone would have seen Chanakya life, in that we can see how Chanakya, when he was studying, he had to read references from different acharyas of economics of those days, and then he has refined it and presented it. In our times, yeah, Srila Prabhupada has summarized the complete essence of Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna is saying as it is. Again, because people usually have this tendency, right? I do my own way. Even if Krishna is saying, I say, hey, let me try my own way. I think that also will be same like what you want. How many of us have this interest? Like, I want to create my own way of doing things, find my own way, then I can enjoy more. I want to do it my way. Slowly, this my way, my way, my way. What happened is till the Dwapar Yuga, people created their own ways of, not following Bhagavad Gita or even following in their own way. And Krishna has again come back and said the same teachings. He didn't say something new, right? In the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, this whatever is lost, yeah, is already told to sun god, Vivaswan, in the beginning of the millennium, when everything was created. At that time, the one who is maintaining Surya Bhagavan, yeah, he has all this knowledge and he was passing it to Ikshvaku. Uh, and then from that to Manus, and then this somehow this knowledge, Jnanam, Vijnanam is somehow lost, and then it started creating what is it called? Nasti Tvam, yeah, Nastitvam. And because Nastitvam is not challenged with proper sound Vedic concept, yeah, which is not so easy. If it was so easy, why we are struggling in this world? Yeah, it can be easy if one approaches a guru. So all these things is what Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita in chapter after chapter we have read. And then the point, sorry to put you all this question, right? Should we really follow Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita? And there is people who are asking us, hey, why are you doing all these things? Can't you live a simple life? You have only one life. Why are you messing up? Um, there is this Buddhistic concept. And Buddhistic concept is that you can live eternal. Eternal. How do you live eternally is, yes, how, uh, I mean, I was hearing this. Don't ask me the whole philosophy. Yeah, there is a candle. Just like a candle, what is happening? When the candle is lit, then it's burning. And when it is burning, it is transforming into light and heat. And this heat and light is spreading across. And what is this happening is eventually this candle cease to exist, right? Which means by the time the candle is ceased to exist, which may call it as death, by the time it is already spread into the universe, right, in the form of light and heat. And this form of light and heat, similarly, it is existing eternally in a different form. Just like he gives an example that one who is born, he is performing karma, means activity. The activities are different, yeah, mind level activity, physical activity, all these activities, yeah, either he's doing to himself or actually he's doing to outside world where he's living. And when he's doing these activities as an offering, he's saying he's serving his disciples. And through this process, what is happening? He's existing through his disciples. And his disciples will also have imbibed. It's just like a fusion of he himself, and also whatever he is imbibing from his guru is also becoming part of him or we. And then we are no more one. We are a combination of previous persons and ourselves, which eventually, when we start offering ourselves to other people, then we are also living eternally. In this way, everything is eternally present. Sorry if I have said some. Yeah, just I'm saying there are so many. One is saying there is no God. One is saying that we are God. Yeah. So, or someone is saying. Uh, uh, so anyway, so many concepts are coming. What Krishna is very clearly saying is that when we do not have these basic qualities, swabhavam, then we are making the world. The world is not becoming topsy-turvy, but we are making it turn it around topsy-turvy, and we start confusing ourselves. And then whatever little devotion we have, that devotion is also at stake, because there are so many people who are ready to turn the world around, and we may start thinking, yes, that makes sense. Navina Mataji? I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, whatever you said is right, but yeah, how to accept as it is always there, right? Anil Prabhu? Especially maybe if we are in India, then um, yeah, of course. Now I don't know how to quantify. Yeah, we can say there are so many temples, there are so many God conscious, God fearing. I don't know whether God loving, but God fearing people are there. At least God is there. When you come to the outside world, of course, yeah, here also one may have a concept of church means that definitely it's a God consciousness, conceptiousness. Yeah. Uh, Sometimes I feel now it's kind of a God conceptiousness in some religious practices. Yeah. Otherwise, why are we seeing that there are so many churches are not filled up except during Christmas? Hmm. Why? Because that concept, that consciousness is not strong enough to change people, to make people God conscious. Why? Because the people are exploiting because of self-control, right? Every now and then we hear in a radio that there is this um, what has happened? Abuses. What is the German word? What is word exalt in German? Uh, Anyway, abuses happen in the church, all these things, and then people are worried. Why is this happening? I thought these places are places where such kind of things shouldn't happen. Why this is not happening? Because where is this Sama? Dhamma is not there. We're not talking about this Dhammas, I think in Dubai. No, we are talking about Dhamma means self-control. That's not there. Saucham, not there. Yeah, very few are struggling. They are struggling. I really want to finish watching that movie. I don't know what is this movie called. Hmm. Recently in Vatican City, what happened? The Pope was selected, right? You know, there is a whole process of how to select a Pope. Does anyone know this movie? There was a nice movie that was made. No, no one knows.
No, Prakash.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the title because I was just was flying to India and I knew this is very important because um, whenever the Pope is changing in the Vatican City, it's not just so simple. I think you may have already seen, right, the videos. It happened, I think, in April this year. And at the time, what happens is there is a all the different chief of different churches of different of all over the world. They are called. Yeah, there's a committee, and this committee are locked up in a room. They can't just simply go wherever they want. Once they enter the the premises where they can stay, everything is arranged. They are simply locked up. By the way, what I'm saying is not just a movie. This is what happens. There is a whole very guided selection process. All the heads or chiefs of different churches, whoever come there, they will be a kind of a voting. They can say, okay, I want to become the next pope. And of course, everyone can tell that. But then they won't just simply get that. There is this voting. And until a majority is achieved, this voting process goes. So voting one, and if there is no sufficient majority, then everyone will meet next day. In the meantime, they can discuss among themselves, okay, let's support this person because I think he has maybe two votes less to become a pope. Let me give my vote to him so that I think, yeah, he's right. I think maybe I don't have a chance to become a pope, but at least this guy. So there's so much voting cycles of voting that happen, and whenever such a majority is not achieved, a black or red smoke comes from a big chimney for people who are living outside. No, everyone is outside, no, except these people who are locked up in this church or in this facility or in the building. No one knows in this Vatican. So everyone is waiting outside to know what is going to happen. Will my Pope be elected? Is selected? Who is he? And after the successful majority is achieved to a person, then the white smoke comes out from the chimney. That is a kind of announcement for everyone that finally we have a pope, and this pope will come out uh, from who stands on a some a roof, ridge of a roof, and then from there he is going to confirm that a pope is selected. Anyway, why I had to bring this, sorry, is that I was watching that not only that everyone is eager to come to try their luck to become a pope, but there is also a responsibility given to a particular person that okay, you are going to run this show of finding the next pope, and eventually, yeah, that is very thankless job. Yeah, then it's a very thankless job because everyone, some are really genuine who may not get sufficient votes, and some are very exploitative that they want all the votes and they start manipulating. And you know what? The qualities that are needed to be there to become a pope, even if one doesn't have, he starts manipulating. And then this poor man who is going to his job itself or his service, yeah, not even job, his duty or service itself is to find the best person as the next pope. So this movie, I still didn't find. Maybe I have to pay for it and watch it. I By the time I came to the important phase of that movie, I had to uh, yeah land. So that's why I didn't finish. But it's very nice. It's a why I had to bring this up is that when one does not have these qualities, then it becomes very challenging, and that's the reason why faith is lost in the people. Because what texts are telling and what people are doing when they don't match, then the faith is impacted. So that's why one should have these qualities. These qualities are needed to understand the books properly, to understand, to follow, to have the faith in Lord. When we don't have these qualities, we doubt. Okay, I'll stop here, sir. Any thoughts or comments or questions someone has?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
There are a lot of qualities that came in the purport for Brahmanas, for Kshatriyas and Shudras. So those
Mhm.
qualities, is it like if one has one particular role, one stick to that quality? Like if a Brahmana is trying to be courageous, or a Kshatriya is trying to be
Mhm.
sharing knowledge, something like this. Does it look
Mhm.
like an overlap between which can create conflicts?
Sorry. Yeah, of course, there's always a conflict when you don't have a moderator, isn't it? When you people always see what is the benefit by being a Brahmana. They will see what is the benefit by being a Kshatriya. What is the benefit of being a Vaishya? And of course, people don't want to become a Shudras because they think there is no benefit. Hey, come on, serving everyone, is it really great? So even if you're talking about these upper three classes, we are seeing what is the benefit in that. So that benefit is driving us rather than, uh, um, and then we take easy things, right, which can come easily. If someone is giving you happiness very easily, You first prefer that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? So rather a duty, what you start doing is, okay, yeah, why should I follow this duty, which is very, very like walking on the edge of huh? A blade. So rather, I would go for other alternatives. So people prefer moving from one to other. What they are getting. Oh, I will become a Brahmana because I will get Dakshina. For example, I'll become a Brahman because I have social value. I become a politician because it has a recognition. So we are driven by that and we keep moving from one to the other. That is all fine. If you are thinking that you are a qualified Kshatriya, yeah, if you have the qualities, then you suit more there. But that's why you need a moderator who will actually put you into these buckets. You don't just decide yourself, okay, I am that, let me do this. Okay, you can do if there is no such guru, right? No such guide. Yeah. But what happens is after some time you're again lost. Oh, I thought this is what I'm going to get. So we are more selfish driven rather than selflessly in to be serving in those ashrams or into this. That is our problem. So and swadhanehi nidhanam shreya paradharma bhayavaha. Krishna is saying, better to serve your own dharma, even if you are imperfectly doing it, that's okay. But don't do paradharma, even if you think you can do it best. Which means a Brahmana should be a Brahmana, a Kshatriya should be a Kshatriya. Of course, then when we are talking about Vishwamitra, he is a Kshatriya, right? What was his name? Kaushik. Am I right? Huh? Right? Yeah, Kaushik. How he became Vishwamitra? Yes, of course, if you want, you can do. You can take the tapasya, yeah, you can do it, you can give up. And then he did it. And then he became Rajarshi, then he became Brahmarshi. He could do it. It's not that one is just stuck in that. If one thinks, yeah, he can do it, then he approaches, he does his own tapasya, and then he attained it. So we are not saying that don't go into the other dharma, but you have to understand that there should be someone through whom you can actually do it. It's not just out of passion. When you appreciate the value of it, then yeah, this whole education system in where we are living, uh, uh, and medical student is not going to economics in profession, right? He can do it, but he again has to qualify for that. So how do one get qualified? By actually approaching an institute or by approaching a guru. And guru is assessing and yes, he is also good at economics. He can also do economics. Double degree, triple degrees. Why so many degrees are there? Without a degree, one can't simply just do it because he likes to do it. Yeah, Shiva Mate. Or
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, I will just add as a clear more on this clarity. So, what is wrong going on in current structure? Because the education and like Brahmana or the names have changed basically, but yeah, what else is going wrong then?
what else is going wrong is because you want to get all the benefits of the world that is offering to you, but you don't want to see the person who created it and serve him. Whatever you told, na? Oh, there is different names, but the same business. Is that what you're saying, right?
No, means these four
For
words.
example, when we're talking about military, right? So administration, all these things are there. Yeah. So we can still say, okay, in one way or the other, this is logically still falling into the varnas, right? Brahmana varna means ministerial, right? If you take any government, there is also advisory board, right? So we can say there is a Brahman community and there is administrative community. Then there is all economics. I think Anil Prabhu was reading this uh, Krishi Goraksha Vanidyam. These are the qualities that is anyway there, right? Economics is there, civics is there. All these things are there. What is missing? Why we are still struggling? Why there is no happiness and peace, even like how the olden days were? It is because we don't appreciate the Lord has made this, and we are not feeling that, oh, okay, why should I um, uh, ministerial? As I said, it's all selfishly we are creating all these things for how happily we can live in this world, forgetting the main purpose of this order. Law and order is for what? This varnas is for what? Is to become devotional, is to appreciate the Lord, is to appreciate God consciousness. Rather, we are using all this advancement to go away from God. Hmm? Classifications are there, even not four. Yeah? We are going in a very, very detailed classification. If someone is saying science, what science? Again, we are having 100 kinds of sciences, right? Classification is there, but what is the purpose of classification? To help us to understand our duty properly, right? A medical student is not going to go on a astronomical adventure, right? Of course, he can do when he qualifies. But what is all the purpose? People are going to the different planets and they think, hey, now we have attained a great success. Is that everything? Huh? The main essence of understanding that intelligence is given by whom? Jnanam, what is that? Apohanam cha. Even if one is forgetting, everything is given by whom? Lord. When we forget his teachings and we just think how great about I found it, I found it, I found it, all this is what is leading to godless consciousness, because we are thinking that we found the way. Just like if we are going in a forest where there are no lanes, if you find something, you start thinking, hey, I found it. Huh? Maybe you found it that time, maybe 100 people before you have already found that. You don't know, right? But just if you found it and there is no such evidence, doesn't mean that no one else found it. And in fact, who has already created that, he should be knowing already, isn't it? Yeah, Pratik Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
So that is the main thing that's missing. Yeah, all this wonderful advancement is coming and all these things are coming. That's fine. But where is the important aspect, that who is giving all these things? Whether even we are innovating, one may say, did Lord innovate iPhone? Innovation is the job of what is this? Apple, right? Who has created. But who are working in Apple? Are they robots created by men? Hmm?
No.
Whose intelligence it is that? Oh, no, no, no. Don't talk about that. Lord didn't give intelligence. They themselves have done everything. Then why only those people? Why others didn't have that intelligence? Then you start blaming the God, right? Why not everyone had the same thing? Why only few people had? It is only because of their self-effort they have done it. Hmm? That's how you go away from God, godless consciousness. Yeah. So, and again, this happens more and more these days. I mean, I'm seeing it that people reinvent the wheel so that they can get the credit. Don't you see like that? Hmm? Just reinvent the wheel, add a little something, and then you say, hey, this is something new. No, you guys didn't come across like such experience.
Yes,
The same.
this happens a lot, that when we also feel like this is nothing new, this was already existing, but it's just a new flavor.
New
Like,
flavor, yeah.
yeah,
And
it's
of
just
course,
like
then you can have new names like a Gen Z have done it, or Gen X has done it, Millennial has
yeah,
done it, that Boomers have done it. Everyone is doing the same thing. Maybe what they see is a small difference. In the end, it is what is iPhone is, yeah, a communication mechanism. Was it not there? Oracle was it not there before? Yeah, it is there. An oracle was there. All these things were there. Yeah, celestial planes. Now we are talking about what is it? Driverless cars. Uh, or you program, then a drone will drop your stuff. All these things. Yeah, we are thinking we are great, but these things were there. Question will come, hey, we didn't see. In this life also we have seen so many things uh, came to life, and also, yeah, face the end of the life, isn't it? Hmm? Are you still sending telegram in a real telegram? Hmm?
No, Prabhu.
Yeah, doesn't mean that telegram is not there. Telegram came, telegram is there. There's a new things that have come, but in the end both are sending what message?
Yeah. And there are so many messaging app doing exactly same thing. Same
Same
people
thing.
connected all
Yeah, as
over.
I said, reinvent,
Mhm.
reinvent. Why? Because
Reinvent.
you get your own benefit from that. Did someone ask, hey, I want this? No, you create and you start making, hey, this is what you need. Anyway, I don't know, Pratik Prabhu, did it answer your question or?
Yes, Rujam, I see the perspective, yes. But yeah, on the reinvent part, we can say that we have lost all those knowledge in the history. The India was yeah, destroyed kind of in some
Mhm.
ways. So we lost all those, and now like we have to give credit to Tesla, means all those people who have created big things, and we are doing incrementally small contributions, but yeah, big things, big changes were made. So yeah, we have to give them credit as well. But yeah,
Yeah, again, do you want to give credit to the person, or do you want to give the credit to the person who created such a person?
so in that I was thinking in that way, like in Mahabharata when the Kurukshetra war was there, and afterwards it was everyone is Krishna. So
What?
means after the Kurukshetra war, it means Lord Krishna said that Lord Krishna was on both sides. Everyone was this. Everything is Krishna. So I think that was my. I don't know the source if it is correct, but every person was Krishna. Krishna was attacking himself, and yeah. So in that way, if someone like Nikola Tesla, if he has created something, so I don't know. He is also a form of God. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, in that way.
Yeah, as I said, in that way, people come up with concepts, right? God concepts. One is coming up with godless concept, one comes with God concept. Yeah, I remember a colleague of mine, he was telling, yeah, eventually, there is no such God. People make someone a God. Yeah, like because he has done such a great thing to the society, he's considered like a godly figure, and then he becomes a God. In that way, eventually, he was telling at that time about Chandrababu Naidu or someone, I don't know. He was saying, hey, people will remember what Chandrababu Naidu has done, and eventually he will become a God. Hmm. Yeah, like how you told, na, Tesla will become a god or can be considered as a god because he created that car, right? Incremental advancement. Yeah, where is he getting all these thoughts? He got it from his predecessors, right? How can we call him as God?
Not God means like I don't know, means like in Prahlada, like everywhere there is God, everything there is God. So why can't we consider like if someone is inventing something, yeah, God is giving him power, but God is in him. So he
So
is
why don't we accept him as God's servant? Why should we talk him as a like a God?
no, we are not making him God, but yeah, we
No,
can
but
understand.
people make him like God, right? So if you see, yeah, I mean, of course, media also makes up things like that so that people feel like, okay, he is the creator. Yeah, creator is a attribute of whom? Of God, right?
Prabhuji, I would like to add maybe because our scriptures are not well taught when we are growing up, there is a ignorance that clouds our mind and we consider human as God. Even a lot of people that are mistakenly considered as Lord himself, and because they claim they gain certain cities, they could flip in the air and they could just make it fragrance and everything. So people do not
Hmm.
consider them as God because they themselves claiming badly. So I think
Yeah,
not
yeah,
knowing the
one.
scriptures and meeting the right people can cause this ignorance, and of course
Yeah.
self benefit.
Yeah, we are going to talk about such one personality, yeah, in the form of Hiranyakashipu. Yeah, that we will anyway cover. Yeah, but the point is, there is no harm to give credits if one is submissive and understanding that he is part of God and whatever he's doing is because of him. That's why I said, God's servant. Why don't we see them as that? Rather, we see them as, no, I created it, or Apple has created it. Yes, they have created and they are bragging it over. Hmm? So if Tesla has done, yeah, you appreciate for what you have done. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, but the Tesla himself should understand or should know that he didn't do it all alone, or yeah, he's also indebted to so many from where he has picked up the concepts. And in this way, he understands, he is not a great thing. Yeah, he's just no, we don't see that. Why? Because people are carried away in the mode of passion. They do in the mode of passion. They forget the God element and they say that everything is we made it. You just take it for granted, na, Pratik Prabhu, that whatever resources that they are using, who made it available? Did he create it?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
When we are taking just for granted whatever, yeah, just because I have a spin of a thought and that I have made it into reality, am I going to become a great person? That's what is happening, right? Your question is still, shouldn't we appreciate for his intelligence because no one else had done it and he has done it? Shouldn't we appreciate? Is that your question?
My not question, like if if I agree to all of it, and if I uh, accept it properly, and accepting it in my consciousness, and I go to tell someone else, they will say why India couldn't do it, why India was in dark, yeah, India didn't invent it. And Nicholas Tesla, who was like, yeah, Albert Einstein, they didn't believe in the same theology. So they will say, okay, if I say that, yeah, God has, yeah, of course God has given, God is one, either it's some Christianity or some anything else. But yeah, the same thing will come, like if you were so smart, then why India wasn't able to do it? So same thing will come up. And India had some great famines and everything. So now if we see, we can say there is more misery in some way, but if we in another misery in terms of depression and all, but in other terms we can say it is lesser miserable because at
Hmm.
that time
At
we
least,
didn't, yeah.
yeah, at least because of globalization, right? So people can't say that. Yeah, in the end, all the people in the America and all the countries, right? We see there is also Indian blood who is inventing all these things. So if someone is really saying, okay, why not others? Why not India? Yeah, if facilities are not encouraging, then that won't manifest. Doesn't mean people are not intelligent.
Yes,
Hmm.
like,
Anyway, I mean, it has multiple levels of multiple reasons. I'm just giving one reason that how many how many people in Silicon Valley are non-Indians? No, there are, but how many are the Indians? Yeah, they're also quite right.
yes, Ravuji. And people like Ramanujan, Srinivasa, they
Even to
give,
the UK.
yeah, they are
Yeah,
a good symbol of, yeah.
yeah. It was that he didn't want to go. Have you seen this movie, Ramanujan,
Yes, Ravuji.
mathematician? You see that, yeah, he didn't want to go, right? But he is not an ordinary mathematician. In fact, he was called, and because he had to solve his own financial issue and etc., that's why he went, right? Hmm?
Yes, Raji.
So as I said, so now you see, right? Now you see how many state governments have encouraged all these facilities to have um, sectors. What do you call the subsidiary lands, right? So that people can invest and create. Now everything is becoming made in India, right? Yeah. What is not there? Maybe now you are saying, oh, but by the way, US has already done. Now Indians are doing it. Yeah, Indians will do that incremental change, and they will also start claiming, hey, we did it. For example, SHAR, satellite, SHAR, high altitude range, I think SHAR. It's in Sriharikota. This is the launch pad from where all our satellites, rockets are launched. Yeah, yeah, it's also advanced. Huh? Even US or Russia didn't had such a launch pad where you could launch multiple. I mean, anyway, there are so many things. Yeah, you can also be proud of. Oh, no one did it. We did it. What is the use? In some areas, India is advanced. In some areas, US is advanced. In some areas, Russia is advanced. Everywhere is advancement. And if we just think, hey, this advancement is because of the scientists and engineers of those countries, that's where we have a problem. Because all that intelligence, Krishna is saying, hey, that intelligence is from me.
Yes, Raji.
Hmm? So, in the end, our purpose is not to advance in this world. Our purpose is to go deeper to understand what is the duty. We are talking about today, we were talking about karma, right? What is our duty? Our duty is, if someone is this, he has to follow the duty, occupational duty, are based on these things. And that system is not proper. That system should encourage people not to enjoy benefits. What is this is what is called spiritual communism. Spiritual communism. Usually we think na communism means what? Against God, right? Hmm? Communism, you know this?
Yes, Raji means they don't accept God, I guess.
Yeah, they don't accept. Yeah, they think, hey,
Dictatorship.
and then there is opposite of it, what is called capitalism. Hmm? And republicanism and so many concepts come where people capitalism, socialism, all these isms are coming, different concepts. We are just trying to stabilize what is really right thing. We don't know. The spiritual communism means that everyone, yeah, according to this varnas, yeah, whatever we are discussing, just do for service. Amazing, right? The companies today, TCS, Infosys, what is the end? TCS, what is S stands for?
Service.
Service. Which means, does it mean free of service, free of cost? Hmm? No, right? You pay for it. And when you're paying for it, should we call it as a service or should we call it as a business? We are paying for services. We are paying for work. It's not services. Service means to really help out some people, right? No?
Yes.
Anyway, I mean, when we go to this is maybe as I was mentioning about this is my opinion. So one should not just use the word service so cheaply and just make yeah service. I think what they are doing is also service, right? After all, otherwise, if there is no service, then they are not charged. If there is no service, they don't do it. No, they should call it as service because they are doing no, they are doing business. They are doing trade. Yeah, all this cannot simply be put under service. The real meaning of service is that you are doing it for others' benefit, that you are serving someone. Hmm? And of course, what you benefit is okay. You can take it, but service is for others' benefit. Okay, let's stop here. Yeah, I think. Yeah, so we can discuss these things maybe when we see us. Good, thank you very much. Then see you. Have a nice Sunday, as well as yeah, I'm very excited for this upcoming Bhagavad Saptah, starting 24th. Whoever can come, please join. It will happen in Gauradesh, ISKCON Cologne. And who cannot join, don't worry. At least try to join online on the YouTube. So to get the YouTube links, yeah, subscribe to um, the channel, YouTube channel, the TBPT, the Publish Times, and yeah, see you soon. पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। निताय गौर। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
हरे